Today we're gonna be, hey y'all. So today we are going to be doing a get unready with me from school. I'll talk about things about my day that irritated me. Now it's not things that like irked my soul and ruined my whole day, but it definitely was like, no. So first things first, I'm trying to like remember my day, day by day. So this morning I woke up kind of late and that irritated me a little bit, and not like to an extent like oh my gosh, but like oh my gosh. And I went to the store, there's a grocery store by my house, and I was like, I want to go like put this cash on my cash out card. And it wasn't working. And there's a bus right there I have to catch, and I didn't want to be late for it because it was already like 6 something, and school starts for me at 8, and there's like an hour commute from home to school. So then I was late because the thing wasn't working. Basically, the barcode on my cash app was not working, and that made me upset. So I currently just have cash, and you know what? It's not a terrible thing to have cash, but I would rather have it on my card so I can actually order stuff. You cannot order from Shein with cash, you know. So irritated me a bit, but it's whatever. Then, not a big deal. I go on about my day. Then there is, what class period was that? There's fourth period, which it was, today's a B day at my school, so I had art. So the thing, I wasn't on Tuesday. I was at one of the junior field trips, so I didn't go. So then we were supposed to like, I guess Tuesday, which was art, which was like an art day. We were supposed to make album covers, and I was like, oh, okay, I wasn't there, so I'll just start it today. So then what's the name? So I had one already in my gallery, so I was like, okay, cool, I'll just use that. So then, but I needed it printed out because the method I was about to use, like a kind of tracing method I was about to use, I needed the picture to be printed out, but I didn't have it printed out. It was on my iPad. So then I was like, okay, I'll have to print it out. And so the teacher that was supposed to be printing out all the stuff for everybody's album covers, she like did not show up. She kind of disappeared a little bit, and she was like, oh, I'll be back or whatever, and didn't even come back to it, and didn't even come back. I actually did not see her for the rest of the day. After that, and that irritated me a little bit because I'm like, I'm kind of behind now, and this is actually due today, but thank God the sub from my actual art teacher was like, I'll give you an extension until like Monday because I knew you weren't here. I was like, okay, thank you. But it's like, point being is I could have got that done, or at least the like drawing or sketching part out of it. I could have got that done today. But no, she didn't want to come back to class, and it was like, and I was like, oh, could you come back? I need you to print this out for me. She said, yeah, I got you. And she said, yeah, I got you, and I didn't see the girl. I didn't see her for the rest of the day, girl. So wasn't really a big deal, because I had my class after fourth period. I had my advisor printed out for me. And she was like, yeah, no, I got you. I said, okay, cool. So that got done. Then comes fifth. I'm talking to my friends or whatever, sitting next to them. We're all talking. And then there's this lady. She comes in. And for a second, I thought she was our dean. And our dean is kind of stuck up, but not to the point where it's like, okay, can you shut up? It's not like that. So we're like, okay, cool. So she comes in, and now she just starts like she's doing way too much. She's like, guys, be quiet. Can we like, guys, if we're gonna have a conversation, it needs to be about math. We need to be at a level 1. Mind you, nobody's yelling. It just sounds like people are yelling because they're all next to each other and they're talking, but nobody was yelling. So then, that was annoying. She's like, guys, we need to have math-related conversations. Girl, shut up! And I was already kind of irritated with her because the other day, I was in the bathroom, my first period, and then that's like on the basement. That class is in the basement. So the basement floor bathroom is never open really, but if it's open, you can use it. So it was opened, and because they usually like the bathrooms if they don't want you in that particular one, or tender after midnight, portable, all that good stuff. Literally, she comes in the bathroom. She's like, "Is somebody in here?" Well, duh. You see a closed stall with feet under it, obviously. So then she goes like, oh, you're not supposed to be in here, da-da-da-da-da. Are you from lunch? Because I'm a junior, so then there's like, of course there's other classes, and not all the classes have the same schedule because our different grade levels. I was like, no, I'm not from lunch. She was like, where you're supposed to be right now? I said, Smith. She said, okay, I'll be letting Smith know that you were in the bathroom. Mind you, Smith, the teacher in question, was the one that gave me the permission to go to the bathroom. Do you not see that big bathroom pass on the sink? Girl. And that irritated me because she was just doing way too much. And then she was trying to like kind of, and then because my math teacher, he's been gone pretty much all week. So we've had subs. And then we have like the assistant teacher for that particular class. So he be minding his business. Shout out to Mr. You know who you talking about. Who I'm not talking about. If you know, you know. But shout out to him. So he minded his business, and she came in kind of like basically trying to construct stuff. It's one thing to just sit and observe things, but you're trying to add on to the stuff. Like, girl, be quiet. And she tells him, she's like, they're way too off task. Everybody's doing the work. They're having conversations about other things, but they're doing the work. Nobody in their class has a bad grade. She be acting like we're all in there slow. So then she was like, and then she told Mr. A, anyway, she told Mr. A, like, oh, could you, they're off task, could you, like, guide them, because I think a student said they needed help with number 10, could you guide them, and da-da-da-da-da-da. He's like, okay, fine, whatever. Mind you, he seemed pretty irritated about that, but I understand. Which I understand, because, girl, leave that man alone. He gets paid for doing the job. He's an assistant. This is not within in the job description. You are not that man's boss. Find you something to do. So, then he's like teaching us how to do number 10. Cool. No issue there. So we're learning about like LN, we're learning about natural log and E and all that good stuff. And if you have learned that or you do know about that, then you know obviously E is natural log. So mind you, we already know that. It's very clear. We already know it. And she's like, guys, just for verification, E is LN. It's natural log. Wow, really? I understand you have the intelligence of a peanut, but we don't. Let's not. Like, she was really talking to us like we were slow, and then at the end of it, and that was like near the end of class, she kind of came in like maybe like 15 to 10 minutes before the bell rung or before we had to leave. And she was like, and then she started talking to the assistant teacher. I was putting with my calculator and talking to my friend, and she was like, yeah. And, you know, I think me telling them that, she was like, yeah, and you want to get off task like that, I think it's just best that you guide them. Mind you, this man is not the teacher. This man don't know nothing about what you're talking about. You're just yapping to him. He's not the teacher. So then she goes like, I think it really helped them when I told them, like, you know, natural log was N, natural log was E. I've never seen him do a side eye before, but that was funny. Like, girl, you did not help us know that. Our actual teacher helped us know that, not you, babe. Like, girl. So it irritated me, pretty much. It's nothing excessive, nothing crazy. But that's pretty much just, like, light things about my day that irritated me. So,